talking about how somehow they've had it easy in this business, that they've had the road paved for them, that they didn't pay their dues, they didn't cut their teeth. Do me a favor, Brother Ray. Stop whining. Stop complaining. Brother Ray, you're like Hillary Clinton in a fat suit.
Actually, some people might think Brother Ray's better looking.
Hey, wait a minute. No matter your political affiliation, none of the candidates deserve to be compared to Brother Ray.
Does that upset you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that was a bad analogy. Hillary Clinton has bigger balls than you.
I don't know how he knows that, but why wouldn't she?
Oh, you know Christian, he loves to get in the mind of his opponents. He struck a nerve with Brother Ray and the entire Team Tomko.
Let me tell you why you're really out here, why you're really mad. Because last week, we made you all look like complete jackasses. You don't think for 1 second that after Storm laid out Sting with a beer bottle, I couldn't figure out what was going on? That Tomko was going to run around and complain and lobby to Cornette about how Team Tomko should get a 5th member and leave Team Cage at a disadvantage? Tomko, this is exactly why I told you never to think.
Christian Cage always was the brains of Christian's coalition.
Because I am the instant classic. I am the champ. And the champ is always 1 step ahead. And that 1 step ahead is right here, Matt Morgan. So I'm going to break it down to you like this. At lethal lockdown, Team Cage leaves Team Tomko for dead. If you don't know, now you know.
Shut up! Just shut up! Say, if you don't know, then blah, blah, blah. Hey, you know what? Don't bring it. Sing it.
Did you get that right?
Not even close. AJ mangles the English language worse than President Bush. And here comes Team Cage with authority, headed to the 6-sided ring, and check out Team Tomko. Everybody bails on AJ.
AJ Styles left in the middle of the ring, and when he realized it, he gets out of there like lightning.
This Sunday, it's lethal lockdown. It's Team Cage versus Team Tomko. But first tonight, Team 3D against, yes, Kevin Nash and Sting for the first time ever. Now, let's go to the man who Kurt Angle challenged to put his vow in writing. If you lose at lockdown, you've got to walk away from professional wrestling forever. Samoa Joe, what is your response to the TNA champ Kurt Angle?
Kurt, I'll tell you once, I'll tell you again, I'll sign that contract in my own blood. If I don't beat you at lockdown, if I'm not TNA heavyweight champion, I'll walk away from wrestling forever. And not just TNA. Wrestling.
Still to come, the Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle contract signing. And for the first time ever, Team 3D faces Kevin Nash and the Icon Sting.
Han Solo, Captain of the Millennium Falcon.
Tomorrow, the saga continues.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
With the film that started it all.
It's a space station.
Star Wars, A New Hope.
I'm Luke Skywalker, here to rescue you.
No! I have you now.
You're all clear, kid. Now go home.
The Force will be with you, always.
A New Hope. Tomorrow at 8/7 Central. Exclusively on Spike.
Yeah. You have 88 minutes to live.
Who the hell is this?
TikTok.
Do you know a woman named Dale Morris? She was murdered last night.
What's going on here?
They found physical evidence that implicates you.
Somebody's trying to kill me.
How do I know that you haven't gone completely over the edge?
Did I blow up my car? Did I fire bullets at myself?
37 minutes. We find you.
It's rated R. Theaters everywhere, April 18. DQ has a new tin roof brownie blizzard treat with chocolatey covered peanuts, chewy brownie pieces, rich chocolate sauce, all blended with creamy DQ soft serve. Sorry, got a thing for chocolatey covered peanuts. It's exciting. The tin roof brownie blizzard.
Old Spice Hair and Body Wash works great on both hair and body. So if some parts of your body have hair and other parts of your body don't have hair, then Old Spice Hair and Body Wash is right for you.
What?
What? Old Spice Hair and Body Wash for hair and or body or both.
You straight night me.
Tomorrow, these will cops.
So what do they call you?
Wait, Smith.
Not quick enough.
We'll take back the streets.
This is our world, so let's take it.
Kids, rated R. Starts
Here you go. Thanks. Do they follow you everywhere?
Yeah, they do.
Looks like Matt Kenseth is thinking Arby's new roast beef minis. Get 2 for $2. Our signature tender and juicy roast beef sliced thin and piled on a fresh baked mini bun. And a 2 for only $2. It's the perfect snack at the perfect price that'll have you saying,
I'm thinking Arby's.
31 miles per gallon is reason enough to buy a new Toyota Camry. But here's one more reason. During Toyota's spring sales drive, get 2.9 financing or up to $1,500 cash back on the last of the new 08 Camrys. Or lease a new 09 Camry LE, well equipped for just $219 a month. But Toyota's spring sales drive won't last long. And that's another reason to see your Toyota dealer now. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com.
The TNA World Heavyweight Championship is on the line in the most barbaric night in TNA history.
The risk of injury goes from, 50% up to 99%.
Samoa Joe enters the notorious 6 sides of steel cage to battle Kurt Angle in the most brutal rematch of their storied rivalry. 2 men enter, only one will leave as champion. TNA Wrestling presents Lockdown, live Sunday, April 13th on pay-per-view.
Moments ago, Samoa Joe reaffirmed his promise for lockdown. Now let's send it to JB to get the reaction of TNA champ Kurt Angle.
Kurt, I know lockdown's just 3 days away. I know you're in the zone right now, but you got to hear this. Samoa Joe just got here a couple minutes ago, and he's telling everybody, no problem, he's going to sign the contract tonight. If you beat him at lockdown, he's done with wrestling forever. He'll sign it tonight.
Is that so, JB? Well, saying it's one thing, doing it's another. I beat Samoa Joe 3 out of 4 times. 3 out of 4 times. That's 75% of the time. And the time that he did beat me, it was a fluke. So you're telling me he's going to sign this contract that states that he's going to leave professional wrestling forever if I beat him when he only has a 25% chance of winning? Come on.
So you're confident?
Yes, I'm confident.
You got it.
I got it. It's one, yes.
Okay.
What's this stupid look on your face? You have something on your mind? Say it. Say it. Come on. Say it.
Have you seen these videos, Kurt?
What videos?
The videos he's sending in from California, these training videos. It's like he's a different guy. It's like a man possessed. He's training with some of the best fighters in the world, Kurt.
How could he be training with some of the best fighters in the world when I'm the best fighter in the world? Samoa Joe's been training for what, 4 or 5 weeks? How's he going to master what I did in 30 years in 4 to 5 weeks? It's not going to happen. I'll tell you this Sunday, 3 days away, at Lockdown, April 13th, when I face Samoa Joe, there's going to be a 100% chance that somebody's going to be tapping out, and it is going to be Joe. And it will be for the last time. Now get out of here. I have to concentrate.
Man judges, but life is not. Life does not demand we be good, evil, caring, indifferent, thoughtful, reckless, peaceful, violent, or downright brutal and sadistic. Life does, however, require us to deal with the consequences of our choices. Are you prepared to face the consequences?
It is time to determine who the 5th and final challenger will be for Black Machismo's X Division Championship this Sunday at Lockdown. Let's find out who
X-Division escape match at Lockdown? Yeah. I'll tell you what, 6 guys walk in, but only 1 climbs out. Yeah, that's gonna be me, yeah. Got 5 other guys in there trying to steal my glory, yeah, but I'm not afraid, you know why? Because I got Lady Luck on the outside and my best friend on the inside, yeah.
Hey, hello, everybody. What's going on? What are you guys talking about?
Lockdown, of course.
What a big escape match. It's going to be awesome. It really is. Hey, Sal, how you doing? Can I see that red hair, the blue dress? You look very, very nice today. Hey, excuse me. Hey, big sale going on at Saks. You want to go shopping? Shopping. I love shopping. Hey, you get a big scarf like this. It'll be really nice. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, is it me, or is this whole thing look a little tiki gonzo to me, huh? What's going on?
A little tiki.
Still to come, the Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle contract signing. And for the first time ever, Team 3D faces Kevin Nash and the Icon Sting.
On the next DEA, the show critics call action-packed and visceral danger. The agents conduct 8 simultaneous raids to take down an international ecstasy ring and encounter a gang of killer pit bulls.
They are aggressive dogs by nature. They're going to bite us.
DEA, Wednesday at 11, right here on Spike.
Hello. Are you at a bar? I thought you were too sick to come to my cousin's wedding.
No, honey, that's just the TV.
And now back to Jim in the newsroom.
The economic situation there.
Maxi mixers are going fast. How about a demo, Phil? Timmy tried to cook a turkey in the dishwasher.
Looks like nothing's on.
I'll try and get some rest, all right?
Okay.
They got a little captain in them. Got a little captain in you.
Drink responsibly. Captain Morgan is proud to be made with Puerto Rican rum.
To save their kingdom from an evil warlord, 2 powerful adversaries will be forced to unite.
We can kill each other when it's over.
Jackie Chan, Jet Li, The Forbidden Kingdom. Rated PG-13, everywhere April 18. Rated M for mature. They infected you. You feel the power. There is a cure, but it's the last thing you'll need. Unleash the power. Become the weapon. Dark Sector, in stores March 26th.
The cheesy bacon BK wrapper. Eggs, bacon, hash browns, and smoky cheese sauce, all deliciously mixed together.
He's so good with his hands.
The breakfast of tomorrow on the BK Breakfast Value menu today.
The game's on the line, and you're looking at a full count with 0.2 seconds left on the shot clock. Last thing you need to be worried about is your deodorant. That's why I use Old Spice. Old Spice is the bare knuckle, straight arm tackle, heavyweight deodorant that gives the best game, set, and match, high-stepping, sudden death, and double overtime performance in the pit fight against odor.
Safe!
From odor. Thanks, Old Spice.
Special forces travel fast.
Lock and roll! Preston's coming.
We're gonna send our kid a big
Lions for Lives, a Robert Redford film on DVD.
There's a new sport phenomenon in America. Born of the legendary Adidas Bounce technology comes the first national king of the Bounce Championships. And those who battle for the crown. Adidas Bounce. And it's at Foot Locker right now.
And we are back in the Impact Zone. Thursday night Impact. Lockdown this Sunday at Helena to get everyone from ringside. Mike today, Don West, yes, joined by TNA Management's Jim Cornette. This Sunday, Lockdown. Every match to be contested inside the 6 sides of steel.
It's cuffed in a cage. It's 12 men, 6 teams, 11 sets of cuffs, and only one
I'll say one thing, Mike and Don. I know what Matt Morgan can do inside the wrestling ring. All I got to say is, Team Tomko, may heaven help you come lockdown. This is going to be interesting. Let's get the reactions of Matt Morgan. Let's send it to the back at Crystal.
Matt Morgan, we just heard Jim Cornette's official statement saying that you are no longer a part of TNA management. How are you feeling about that?
How am I feeling about it? I think it's pretty simple. Jim Cornette's going to go his way, and Matt Morgan's going to continue going my way. You see, Crystal, it's hard to sit at the back of the bus of TNA management, watching night in, night out these guys, and not being able to do anything when you know you can take 99%, no, 100% of this roster on any given night. It sucks, Crystal. So when Christian Cage came up to me and gave me the opportunity to join his team, hell yeah, I jumped aboard. It's my turn to shine around here. And I'll guarantee you at the end of the day, at the end of the Lethal Lockdown, everybody, and I mean everybody, is going to know why they're calling Matt Morgan the most genetically jacked, athletically stacked giant going today.
Still to come, the Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle contract signing. And for the first time ever, Team 3D faces Kevin Nash and the Icon Sting.
There's been speculation that I was a superhero. I'm just not the hero type. Clearly. 2 vodka martinis. Take them dirty. Iron Man, that's kind of catchy. Rated PG-13.
Quest for the Grand Slam begins. Join the Golf Channel every day live from the Masters. Experience unforgettable moments from Augusta National and enjoy a comprehensive Masters experience you just won't find anywhere else. Before network coverage begins and right after the last putt drops, the Golf Channel's Live from the Masters will make the year's first major championship one you'll never forget. Masters Week. All this week.
The perfection of the Sistine Chapel, Venice's unending beauty, the timeless tradition of Rome. Papa John's has captured the spirit of Italy in every bite, with your choice of 2 authentic tastes, like the new rustic Italian meats pizza, topped with 3 cheeses, spicy Italian sausage, red onions, and more. Or our Tuscan 6-cheese pizza with a crispy, thin crust. Your choice, just $11.99 each. Call or click papajohns.com.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Coors Light. It's a frost-brewed beer. It's a beer brewed down as cold as 34 degrees. Aged cold. Filtered cold. Put into bottles, cans, and kegs. Cold. Why? We know you like cold beer. So ask for a beer with a taste as cold as the Rockies. Because refreshment isn't everything. It's the only thing. Frost-brewed Coors Light. The world's most refreshing beer.
Tuesday.
Are the monsters gone?
This week, The Force is with Game Trailers TV. It's a Star Wars blowout with The Force Unleashed and Soul Calibur 4. Plus, we've got the world exclusive for TNA Impact, the video game. Game Trailers TV tomorrow at midnight, only on Spike.
TNA Wrestling is coming to the Boston area with the most dangerous pay-per-view event of the year, Lockdown.
I've never been afraid.
See Kurt Angle, Booker T, Christian Cage, Samoa Joe, and many more battle inside the 6-sided steel cage.
There's a possibility your career's going to be over.
TNA presents Lockdown Live, April 13th from the Soundless Arena in Lower Manhattan. choose a new elite club. But to join this group, you must first impress its leader, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
You ready for the initiation?
For weeks, Petey Williams has endured pain and suffering like none other.
Are you sure you want to be a big boy? Huh? Are you sure?
Just to prove that he is worthy to walk amongst the shadows of the immortals.
You're doing poses here, and it don't mean nothing. See, when I do push-ups, it means something. That means I'm arrogant. I'm showing up my opponent. You're just posing, it don't mean nothing. No. You're out of breath. You don't feel like you can go anymore. And either championship match, you got to stick out, stick down deep, and keep on going. You understand me? Yeah. Let's go. You want to be a champion? Huh? You want to go to the top? Yeah. You got one serious flaw, boy, and that's because you're Canadian. That's something we got to overcome. How was that? No, that's just a negative. That's what you are rated. Now, I'm negative because you're freaking Canadian. And Canadians suck. You want to be on my team? You want to be world champion? You want to go X-Series championship? All right, I'm fired up, that boy. All right, you fired up? Are you sure? I'm going to make you tough, boy. I'm ready, boy. I'm going to take you tough, boy. I'm going to take you tough, or I'm going to kill you. You understand? You're going to go with that, or you're going to die. You're going to be a man, you're going to be Canadian. How do you feel? How do you feel? You think I'm going to die? Come on, daddy. Yeah. Take that. That's just the beginning, boy.
Tonight, the definition of definition has come to his final challenge. Will he prove to his mentor that he has what it takes to be a champion?
I'm not done with you yet. I'm going to toughen you up, boy. It's going to be a long road.
Of his feast or fire title shot that he claims he will redeem next month at Sacrifice when he faces the winner of Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe for the World Heavyweight title. In addition to that, Steiner has had so many of these outrageous initiations for Petey Williams, and he tells us that tonight will be the final test.
Final test? I mean, what more can they do to the guy? They've hit him with paintballs, they've electrocuted, they've dunked his head, they drove him on the hood of a car. I mean, what else can Scott Steiner do to Petey Williams?
This Sunday at Lockdown, TNA debuts. Tough in the cage. It will be 6 tag teams, 12 men. You must work as a team because the object is to use handcuffs on your opponents. The hook, there's only 11 sets of cuffs inside the cage. 11 of the 12 will get cuffs. The one remaining individual will be the winner.
Well, that's where teamwork is really going to come in. One person is going to have to sacrifice himself so that the other one gets the victory. But that's where the tough in the cage comes in. Who can work better as a team to allow one of your teammates to be the winner?
Well, the Motor City Machine Guns certainly have plenty of experience working as a tag team. Scott Steiner, Petey Williams, maybe not so much experience together, but boy, you talk about that intimidation factor that Scott Steiner has had on Petey Williams, and the fact that Petey has followed through on all of these initiations. They may be on the same page. They may be one of the favorites this Sunday up in the cage.
I mean, think about it. What could intimidate Petey Williams now when you think about everything that Scott Steiner's done to him? As you see Chris Sabin right now just putting on a clinic here at the start. Quick pin and tip. Nice arm drag.
All the late-breaking news about this Sunday's Lockdown pay-per-view event, including that incredible double main event, is available at TNA Mobile. Text TNA to 76,000 for all the late scoop, and you get one free week of TNA Mobile as well. call Samoa Joe out to the ring and try and get him to put that promise in writing.
Well, think about it. It's easy to say it. It's easy to say it, but when you have to put your signature down to where there's no going back, if he slips up and makes a mistake, Kurt Angle will take advantage of it. And Kurt mentioned it. He's beat him 3 of the last 4 times. I'll tell you something. I'm anxious to see if Joe can actually put his signature in writing.
Saban, distracted by Big Papa Pump from outside, enables Petey Williams to unleash the offense, punctuated with that great spin kick.
Well, that was hit so quickly, too. He just cut the distance in half, it seemed like, and he spun right into Chris Saban. This is a situation you can see him always looking over at Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner to get his approval, and now he sends him right into the turnbuckle. What in the world? What's he pointing at?
You can see the distraction, and you know, I was wondering, conspicuous by her absence, Rocket Khan headed down to the ring.
What's in the bag? What is in the bag?
Hello? Is anybody here?
Rated PG-13. Rated T for teen.
Energy drinks, bad. 12 spoons of sugar, that's bad. 200 calories, bad. Guarana, tisk tisk. Good for a short jittery burst, then a debilitating crash. So don't drink energy drinks. Drink 5-Hour Energy. It's not a drink, more like a sip. But with that sip, you'll feel alert and focused for hours, without the crash or jitters. It has 0 sugar, only 4 calories, and no guarana. 5-Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no crash later.
All new episodes of Muscle Cars.
The race is on. Think fast to drive fast and win a car inspired by the Mach 5. Text fast to 90736 now or go to raceforspeedracer.com to enter. You could win big.
We're gonna be there in so many ways. With all the joys of high-tech toys to simplify your day. So gather round, come on, sit down. Plan to spend a while. Hey, join the fun with Cable One. Watch us make you smile.
At Lewis Bedding, we are the factory. We offer a full line of innerspring bedding. We also build 3 memory foam sets, including an adjustable bed model. In the last 2 years, memory foam sales has increased steadily, and our memory foam sets are about 1/3 the cost of some national advertised models. So why pay more when you don't have to? We're Lewis Bedding. We are the factory. Since 1950, 1214 East Court in Dyersburg.
Better in bed, blondes or brunettes, better hangover cure, greasy food or hair of the dog.
You answer, and we have the results every Friday night. Log on to thepollwithspike.com to vote.
It all starts tomorrow at midnight with MXC.
Followed by Mansions at 12:30.
And a full hour of Game Trailers TV.
It's an evening for men hungry for entertainment.
And welcome back, everyone, to Thursday Night Impact. It's the continuation of the tag team match, Motor City Machine Guns against Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner and Petey Williams. And check out Scott Steiner drop the elbow. And then, of course, not going to go for the pin. Instead, he's showing off with the push-up.
Mike, you could have all the speed as you see Rocket Khan holding that mystery bag, and you, with everything that's been done to Petey, you wonder what's inside of it. Oh, now there's the belly overhead. Wow. But you know what? I was just going to mention, you can have all the speed, all the athletic ability, which the guns have, and then you can run into a wall like Scott Steiner, and I'm telling you, it's the great equalizer.
Again, an attempt to neutralize. Chris Saban quickly reversed on Petey Williams, and then that knee was perfectly placed right into the gut. Followed up, bulldog, face plant, drives him down right into the canvas. Scott Steiner trying to motion into Petey Williams to get the tag into play. Alex Shelley on the opposite side as well, and we still don't have an answer for what's in that bag.
Well, he said it's the final initiation tonight as you see Alex Shelley. Oh, nice cross body block. Right on Petey, but Petey, whoa, look at that move by Alex Shelley. And what a super kick.
Back leg sweep, followed by the super kick. Steiner blocks the punch, answers from outside, 6 teams that will compete this Sunday at Lockdown in the Cuffed in the Cage match. Right before our very eyes, Scott Steiner has reinvented Petey Williams in his own image.
Bay and Detroit Riverfront. Tickets at RedBullAirRace.com. He's an expert at solving murders.
All the serial killers, none of them were legally insane.
April 18th. You have 88 minutes to live. You'll have 88 minutes to solve his own crime. 88 minutes. Rated R. April 18th.
With Rhapsody, you can play your favorite songs anywhere. You can play them on your computer or your MP3 player, like a Sansa clip. And also your stereo and your TiVo. You can play them at work, or on your way home, or at your girlfriend's house, or at your ex-girlfriend's house. No, stay away from her. She's crazy. Discover and listen to your favorite music in more ways than ever before. Get started at Rhapsody.com.
Guidance system not going internal.
24 program. Range.
Astronauts reported fuel's good. Power transfer is complete.
8. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The movie's about to begin. Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, Esurance would like to do a more serious auto insurance commercial for your viewing pleasure.
What's not serious about a special agent fighting crime with an insurance job as her cover?
I hate to let you down, young lady, but you're a cartoon. Cartoons are not real. Ooh, careful, you might smudge. Thank you.
Esurance always has you covered. Day or night, you can always Esurance.com.
Old Spice hair and body wash works great on both hair and body. So if some parts of your body have hair and other parts of your body don't have hair, then Old Spice hair and body wash is right for you.
What?
What? Old Spice hair and body wash for hair and or body or both.
Today we'll explore multiple personalities, also known as...
Yeah, boy! You know my flavor, flavorlicious. Explore my flavor before you miss it.
Tú sabes que soy flavor, me dicen flavor.
You can discover something new in every sip.
You know I'm flavor, flavorlicious. Explore my flavor before
When you explore the 23 flavors of Dr. Pepper.
delicious. Ah, yeah!
We at Spike always knew people would do anything for money. We just had no idea how little money it would take.
I'm gonna give you $1 for every maggot you put in your mouth. How about that? I'll save you guys money.
I bet you will. Premieres next Thursday at midnight on Spike.
And welcome back to the Impact Zone. And TNA fans, don't miss out on TNA Live. As you can go May 8th to Barrie, Vermont, May 9th to Derby, Vermont, and May 10th to Plattsburgh, New York. And don't forget this Saturday, it's Fan Interaction in Lowell, Massachusetts. Make sure you be there to see all your favorite TNA stars.
It's Mike and Don back at ringside, and boy, this initiation of Petey Williams by Scott Steiner gets stranger by the week.
Well, you talk about the ultimate initiation. You heard Scott Steiner, and then you saw him take the scissors, and he took the shears, and he proceeded to take the hair of Petey Williams off the top of his head, but then he gave him the headdress, and now he's little Petey Pump.
It's this Sunday, Lockdown on pay-per-view. Samoa Joe promises to walk away from professional wrestling forever if he doesn't defeat Kurt Angle. Let's take a look at the history between the two.
It's real. It's damn real. Yeah!
first World Heavyweight Championship at Lockdown. I think it's his time. I think he's been training. I think he's, more than anything, been mentally preparing, which is half the battle.
Kurt Angle is the most ferocious, vicious competitor that you'll ever meet in the athletic competition.
You know, Kurt Angle's a former Olympic gold medalist, and he's won 3 out of 4 matches with Samoa Joe. But Lockdown is different, because at Lockdown, Joe's career is on the line. It's not just a match.
I think Samoa Joe has kind of locked himself down on this one. We made his prediction. If he loses, he's walking away from the sport of pro wrestling. He's backed himself into a corner.
It's going to be Joe. I mean, it's his destiny. It's his time. Kurt's a great champion, but without a doubt, Joe.
In any event in sports, it comes down to name recognition. You want one big name versus another big name, whether that's Oscar De La Hoya or Floyd Mayweather or Chuck Liddell or Randy Couture. And here we have Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe, 2 of the biggest names in professional wrestling, coming together for the 5th time. It's name versus name, and that's what audiences want to see.
You know, a lot of people wonder if I'll cross the line. I'll do whatever it takes to win that belt. I mean, this is do or die for me, Kurt. I have everything to lose. You know, you may think that championship is the big prize. No, my career's on the line. And if I don't kick your ass, my career's over. So it only leaves one recourse. There only leaves one option, Kurt, and that's you passed out in the middle of the ring and me standing over you victorious.
The most physical, the most important, and the most high-stakes rivalry in TNA history adds yet another chapter, potentially the final chapter, this Sunday at Lockdown, when Kurt Angle puts the TNA World Heavyweight Championship at stake against the challenge of Samoa Joe. Yes, Kurt Angle has had the upper hand at this point in the 4-match series against his fiercest rival in TNA, and yes, Kurt Angle is more serious and more focused than he's been since arriving in TNA. How does he prove that? How about that positive reaction to his wife, Karen, telling the world that she wanted a separation? That tells you all you need to know about the tunnel vision, the level of concentration that Kurt Angle has for Samoa Joe this Sunday at Lockdown. And now, let's hear from the Olympic gold medalist and the TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
This Sunday at Lockdown, April 13th, will be the most important wrestling match of my career. And the most important wrestling match of Samoa Joe's career. And for many reasons. For one, of course, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. The most coveted prize in wrestling today. The other reason relies on this document right here. This document states that if Samoa Joe does not beat me at Lockdown, he has to quit professional wrestling forever. Which means I no longer have to worry about my biggest threat anymore. So, Samoa Joe, I would like you to come down here. Look me in the eye. Do what you said you were going to do. Live by your word and sign this contract. And make it real. Make it damn real.
Well, the moment of truth has arrived. As Kurt Angle just said, will Samoa Joe live by his word? Will Samoa Joe make his verbal promise official by signing the contract? The contract that will make that vow legally binding. The vow that Samoa Joe will walk away from professional wrestling if he does not defeat Kurt Angle and win the TNA World Championship this Sunday at Lockdown. Or is Samoa Joe having second thoughts?
Well, you've got to be wondering what's going through his mind. I mean, this makes it official. It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to sign your name on the dotted line.
Now, Joe. Now, Joe, I apologize for interrupting your training sessions. And God knows you're going to need them. But as much as you don't trust me, I don't trust you. So to make this whole thing legal and binding and official, I have put together a document in which I want you to sign stating that if you do not beat me at Lockdown and you do not win the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, you will quit professional wrestling forever. Not just TNA, Joe, but the whole entire wrestling industry, period. Now, are you willing to put your whole career and your livelihood on the line for this one main event match against the greatest wrestler of all time? Kurt, I came out here to reassure you and the world that when I make a promise, I mean every word of it. And Kurt, I've made 2 promises. One is at Lockdown. If I don't walk out of that ring the TNA Heavyweight Champion, I will never step foot in the ring for this or any other company ever again. But Kurt, you see, it's the second promise you got to worry about. Because the second one is on April 13th. Kurt, I guarantee you there'll be no excuses. It'll just be me, Kurt, standing over you, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
No backing out. The handshake seals the deal for Lockdown.
This week, they fought their way in. Now, one fighter's getting thrown straight out.
You name it, I've kicked a guy off the show for it. This is definitely in there.
See who gets picked to come back. And don't miss the first elimination battle, where both fighters lead on in the octagon. The Ultimate Fighting Team Rampage versus Team Force, Wednesday at 10.
Audiences across America have made 21 the #1 movie 2 weeks in a row.
There it is!
Rolling Stone declares 21 deals audiences a winning hand. Entertainment Weekly raves it's a card-sharp thriller. Yes, 21 with a PG-13 now playing.
Hey, Mike! How's it going? What's that? My new toys. And the sweet protection plan I bought for them. It's all clear. There's an easier way to protect your stuff. Call Geico. They can help insure all your vehicles.
Geico Power Sports. Insurance for your car and the other stuff that moves you.
Call Geico.
Hey, if we get their pizza Monday before 5, it's $5.
Dude, Pizza Hut's new Pizza Mia's are just $5 every day.
Pizza Hut's new Pizza Mia. Just $5 each every day for 3 or more one-topping Pizza Mia pizzas. $5 never tasted so good. Pizza Hut.
Did you know 1 in 3 men will face prostate issues?
1 in 3, really?
That's why One-A-Day Men's is a complete multivitamin with lycopene, which Harvard studies suggest may help prostate health. One-A-Day Men's.
Okay, guys, see you later. Can't do later. I've got an 11 o'clock with the Spanish tutor, and I'm double booked at noon.
I can squeeze you in at 2 after ballet. I've got 15 minutes open at 3:45.
I thought you were booked.
I can move things around.
It's time for some Viera time. Introducing Panasonic's new Viera HD TVs with SD memory card slots and Viera Link one-touch control. Bring everything together like never before. Panasonic Viera, the new visual era.
The new Absolute Protection line by Degree Men. Unbeaten in competitive dryness testing. Future-ready protection.
On her way to the top,
Anything could happen.
Sarah, are you breaking up with me? Left Peter behind.
You want to put some clothes on.
Now,
Get out there and make some friends.
he's discovering if you can't be with the one you love,
Are you going to stop or what?
What the heck?
forget about her.
It's good. You're getting out there.
I think you need to move just a tiny bit further away from the microphone. No closer. Oh, now a little further.
Okay.
Closer.
Oh, I know what you're doing. You stop that.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Rated R. Starts April 18th.
Look at that, B. Oh, wow. I'm there for you, buddy.
That was Brad. He really wants to vent.
We should go.
Ready to vent. Let's vent. Let's vent.
Introducing the vented wide mouth can from Coors Light. It lets in air for a smooth, refreshing pour.
Is he okay?
I think we'll be venting a little longer.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
TNA Wrestling presents the most dangerous pay-per-view of the year. Lockdown. Team Cage wages war against Team Tomko inside the infamous Lethal Lockdown. Christian Cage, Sting, Rhino, Kevin Nash, Matt Morgan, Tomko, AJ Styles, Team 3D, James Storm. 10 men are enclosed inside the cage, and weapons are hung from the ceiling. Lethal Lockdown. TNA Wrestling presents Lockdown, live April 13th on pay-per-view.
We're back on Impact, where moments ago, Samoa Joe made it official.
Most important signature of Samoa Joe's career. One has to wonder, will Lockdown be the last time we see him in professional wrestling?
Two TNA knockout rivals are on the same side this Sunday at Lockdown. Let's hear from Gail Kim and ODB.
ODB, Gail Kim, you guys are going to be facing Raisha Saeed and Awesome Kong in 6 Sides of Steel at Lockdown. Now, what I want to know is, are you guys going to be on the same page going into this match at Lockdown?
You know what, Crystal? ODB and I have come to the conclusion that we're our own worst enemies. And that's because we want that knockout title so bad that we've let it come between us. But you know what? The time will come when we can determine who's the best in the ring. But that time isn't now. And Kong, at Lockdown, we're going to end your domination, the two of us, in the 6 Sides of Steel.
As for that broad with the sheet over her face, Saeed, I know I'm ugly, but you must be hideous to keep hiding under that veil. As a matter of fact, I just want to see how ugly you are. So what I'm going to do at Lockdown is rip that blanket off your head so you and me can have an ugly contest. And guess what? I'll win that one too, because I'm not just another pretty face. Oh!
Ladies and gentlemen, the following knockout match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, I don't think I've ever done with Congo.
The TNA knockouts will be featured in two very distinct matches this Sunday at Lockdown. As we just heard, Awesome Kong and her associate, Raisha Saeed, voodoo queen Roxy LeBeau has had, I've got to agree with you. Why go out of your way to try and cross paths with her, to try and mess with her like Angelina Love and Velvet Sky have done?
Well, one thing we know about Angelina Love and Velvet Sky, they're going to work together. They're going to do whatever they can to distract Roxy LeBeau. And wow, nice edge chop right there on the chest. Mike, I got to tell you, I can hardly wait to see Raisha Saeed inside the six sides of steel. I mean, we know so little about her. To see her in that ring having to work across the Kong against Gail Kim and ODB.
We recently found out on Impact that Raisha Saeed is from Syria. And the fact that her and Awesome Kong have known each other for years, and they train together in the dojos of the Orient over in Japan as Angelina Love gets a 2 count on Roxy LeBeau. So there definitely is a wrestling background for Raisha Saeed, and we'll see how that plays out this Sunday at Lockdown in that Knockouts Tag Team match.
Don't forget, there's also going to be Queen of the Cage, where 8 of the knockouts will be outside the six sides of steel. As you see Angelina Love just pounding the head of Roxy LeBeau into the mat, and they have to fight their way in, Mike. Kind of a reverse cage match. You got to fight your way in, and then when you get to the first 2 that make it in, it'll be pinfall submission. Roxy LeBeau gets a shoulder up just in time.
Boy, you're right. Angelina Love on the verge of victory for a second time. Don, we've been talking about Lockdown, Queen of the Cage, all the backstage news and gossip about this Sunday's pay-per-view. It's our debut in the greater Boston area, Lowell, Massachusetts to be exact, and all that backstage news and gossip, it's available at TNA Mobile. Text TNA to 76,000. What a clothesline by Roxy LeBeau.
Wow, she got out of the way just in time. The momentum of Angelina Love threw her into that turnbuckle, and then what a clothesline. This could be her chance to get the momentum back, and what a shot. What another shot. Another shot by Roxy LeBeau, and spins around and gets her the hard elbow to the chest.
Yeah, discus forearm shot that time. Face first into the top turnbuckle goes Angelina. Now shot off into the corner. And Roxy connects. Now watch Roxy off the ropes. And she gets her with a big boot.
Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. You can see Velvet Sky gets in there and distracts referee Rudy Charles, and that allows Angelina Love to get a breath, to get back to her feet, and then she gets her a shortcut and poke the eyes of Roxy LeBeau.
You're right, cheap shot, break the eyes, but however, she's able to sidestep Angelina, send her into her partner, Velvet Sky. Oh, check this out. This could be the voodoo drop. Oh, man.
1, 2, you got it.
Yes, momentum on the side of Roxy LeBeau as she heads into Queen of the Cage. Check out this replay.
You didn't know where she was going with this, and then bam! Sits her down on the spine. Look at that. It's the pressure. Bam! That was all it took. And there was the 1, 2, 3.
The Voodoo Queen, one of 8 TNA knockouts to compete this Sunday in the Queen of the Cage. On that note, let's send it to the back. JB standing by with Super Eric.
I'm here with Showtime, Eric Young. And Eric, good to see you out of the phone booth. I like this get up there. It's nice.
I know not of this Eric Young you speak of, bulgy-eyed man. I know of no such human. I am Super Eric. And I come to TNA for one reason, and that is to rid it of all of its villains. And tonight, Black Rain, I start with you. I rip your mask off and expose your identity to the entire world and rid this place of you. Microphone man, when the world begins to frown, look to the sky. Super Eric will be around, and remember this. Fear is temporary. Heroes are forever.
Still to come, for the first time ever, Team 3D faces Kevin Nash and the Icon Sting. But up next, Super Eric battles Black Rain.
Saturday, the saga continues with the classic that can't be beaten. Skywalker must not become a Jedi. Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, Saturday at 8/7 Central, exclusively on Spike.
On the next DEA, the show critics call action-packed and visceral danger. The agents conduct 8 simultaneous raids to take down an international ecstasy ring and encounter a gang of killer pit bulls. They are aggressive dogs by nature. They're going to bite us. DEA, Wednesday at 11, right here on Spike.
It was a memory she couldn't forget.
High school teacher got obsessed with spicy Italian sausage, red onions, and more. Get a large, just $11.99. Call or click papajohns.com.
We're descendants of our forefathers, and we're carrying on this legacy.
I'm really trying to find answers for myself.
I don't think anybody's gone past this point.
I feel I'm part of history.
Things can happen at any given time.
I have a competition in me.
I've abandoned my boy!
Woody Blood, now on DVD.
GM owner loyalty rebate at Delta Chevrolet. If you or anyone in your household owns a 99 or newer GM vehicle, you get up to an additional $2,000 rebate on a new Chevrolet, and trade-in is not required. Or get rates as low as 2.9% APR up to 72 months. All 2008 Chevrolets come with GM's 5-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, including roadside assistance and courtesy transportation. The GM owner loyalty rebate, now at Delta Chevrolet.
Remember, you don't have your best deal until it's a done deal.
Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Tony and the General Plastic Furniture Company in Nutt helps you enjoy the big game. We now have the largest selection of flat panel TVs in Northwest Tennessee. 24 models to choose from. Sizes from 20-inch to the huge 60-inch television. While watching your new TV, what better way to relax than in a Lazy Boy rocker recliner, sectional, or reclining sofa? What a winning combination you have with a new TV while sitting in a new Lazy Boy and watching Cable One high-definition signal. The future is now. Come see us at General Plastic Furniture Company in historic downtown Dyersburg, where we've been since 1947.
This week, The Force is with Game Trailers TV. It's a Star Wars blowout with The Force Unleashed and Soul Calibur 4. Plus, we've got the world exclusive for TNA Impact, the video game. Game Trailers TV tomorrow at midnight, only on Spike.
Let's check out the latest edition of TNA Rough Cut as we go up close and personal with BG James and Kip James.
To be quite honest with you, on speaking terms, yeah, I can see that day. But in a squabble, it takes two to tango. You know what I mean? He has to be willing to take that step, the bigger step in my eyes as well. He has to be willing to talk to me. And so far, what I've felt and what I've heard, he's not willing to talk. The talking time is done. So once we get all the physicalities out of the way, maybe, hopefully, we can sit down and talk about this.
There is no relationship. That relationship is over, done, forgotten. At lockdown, it'll be settled, it'll be finished, he'll be done. No more wrestling career.
You have to trust your partner. Maybe you go in with a mindset that you try to work it out to where one or the other is the one not going to be cuffed at the end, because eventually it comes down to one. Maybe you have to pick some unlikely partners during the match, as we see Super Eric now taking control of Black Rain, and here he goes to the top. Oh, super drop kick.
Missile drop kick off the top. Yeah, Super Eric, super drop kick, right on target. Got that big fist working for him. Back of the clothesline that time. Gonna take Black Rain up to his shoulders. Then Valley Driver.
He's got it right here. 1, 2, Super Eric's done it.
TNA's superhero, victorious here on Thursday Night Impact. Whether you call him Eric Young, but wait a minute.
Relic just came out of nowhere and just screamed Super Eric right in the back.
Oh, man, what a shot that was. Full extension of the leg. And yes, Relic just threw that big boot right into the face of Super Eric. And now we talked about this earlier. You're going to have to work as a team this Sunday at Lockdown and Cuffs in the Cage. And right now, Black Rain and Relic doing exactly that. And it looks like the handcuffs are about to come into play.
Well, you can see as Relic, as Black Rain holds Super Eric, Relic gets him cuffed, and now he's helpless to whatever Relic and Black Rain want to do. And look at him just pound on him, kick him, hurt him any which way they can before Sunday's lockdown.
This is going to be the object Sunday and Cuffs in the Cage. And here comes Super Eric's tag team partner Sunday. Here comes Kaz.
And look at Kaz, just one shot after another for Relic and Black Rain. Play a nice kick to the gut, and look at him, just coming at it. And wait a minute, here comes the Rock and Rave infection, and they double team Kaz.
Numbers game here. Too much for Kaz. Check out the beatdown, because you're right. Lance Hoyt, Jimmy Rave, Relic, Black Rain. It's now 4-on-1 against Kaz.
And you can see Eric Young just fighting those cuffs, but he can't get loose. And wait a minute. Oh, my God, he just broke the cuffs. What a show of strength.
The superhero busted right through the handcuffs. Whoa, with a back body drop for Lance Hoyt.
Oh, and he clothesline on Jimmy Rave. And Super Eric sends all four of them out of the ring.
Super Eric and Kaz, they're going to need to have unity if they're going to prevail this Sunday in Cuffs in the Cage.
Think about this, though. When you've got 12 people, 6 teams inside the 6 sides of steel, it gets hard to move around, hard to maneuver. You got to have trust in your partner, but sometimes you're going to have to go it alone.
Sunday at Lockdown, Booker T and wife Charmel versus Robert Roode and Peyton Banks. Let's review the rivalry that is headed for 6 sides of steel in Lockdown.
A pivotal moment in TNA history.
It's Booker T!
One of the biggest free agents in wrestling had arrived. How would this superstar from the outside be received?
You're not welcome here at TNA. I've been busting my butt, moving my way up the ladder, and every time I turn around, another one of you washed-up has-beens from the other side of the track decides to walk in the front door and push me right back down.
Their hatred for one another started as a flicker and grew into a blazing inferno. The battle between them was becoming more than just a contest of masculinity. It was becoming personal. Their dispute was to be settled once and for all at final resolution. Then, the unspeakable happened.
And now she comes! Charmel in here! What? What the hell did Bobby just do?
Oh, my God!
The hatred was taken to another level. The volatile feud became bloodthirsty.
I want Robert Roode's blood. Read my lips. I want Robert Roode's blood. You dig?
Now, we step inside the barbaric 6 sides of steel, with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide.
Hey, Booker T, remember the last time your wife was in the ring with Robert Roode? At Lockdown, there will be no accident.
Robert Roode, it will be you and I inside the 6 sides of steel at Lockdown. I will prove to you why I am simply the best. Now, can you dig that? Sucker.
It's time to settle things, once and for all. Still to come, Team 3D faces Kevin Nash and the Icon Sting in your Impact main event.
This week, they fought their way in. Now, one fighter's getting thrown straight out.
You name it, I've kicked the guy off the show for him. This is definitely a new one.
See who gets picked to come back.
the first elimination battle, where both fighters meet on in the octagon. The Ultimate Fighting Team Rampage versus Team Fortress, ranked today at 10.
These powerful warriors are uniting to face the armies of darkness.
We can kill each other when it's over.
Jackie Chan, Jet Li, the fate of all is in the hands of Team. Unique Kingdom, rated PG-13, April 18th. There's a new sport phenomenon in America. Born of the legendary Adidas Bounce technology comes the first national king of the Bounce Championships. And those who will battle for the crown. Adidas Bounce. And it's at Foot Locker right now.
With Rhapsody, you can play your favorite songs anywhere. You can play them on your computer or your MP3 player, like a Sansa clip. And also your stereo and your TiVo. You can play them at work or on your way home or at your girlfriend's house or at your ex-girlfriend's house. No, stay away from her. She's crazy. Discover and listen to your favorite music in more ways than ever before. Get started at Rhapsody.com.
Never buy a used car without a Carfax Vehicle History Report. Ask your dealer or go to Carfax.com.
By the power vested in me by the fine city of Cedar Creek, it gives me great pleasure to declare the Norman Reed Memorial Bridge officially open. Go straight on. Is today a holiday?
For map share technology and the world's most up-to-date maps, go with the world's #1 selling automotive GPS. TomTom. Go confidently.
2 soldiers lost behind enemy lines. They're alive. 1 fight.
Trying to get us alive.
To get them home.
They're gonna send us kicks and feet.
We cannot lose. Lines for Lambs, a Robert Redford film on DVD.
Old Spice hair and body wash works great on both hair and body. So if some parts of your body have hair and other parts of your body don't have hair, then Old Spice hair and body wash is right for you.
What?
What? Old Spice hair and body wash for hair and or body or both.
Better in bed, blondes or brunettes, better hangover cure, greasy food or hair of the dog.
You answer, and we have the results every Friday night. Log on to thepolewithspike.com to vote.
It all starts tomorrow at midnight with MXC.
Followed by Mansions at 12:30.
And a full hour of Game Trailers TV.
It's an evening for men hungry for entertainment.
They say there's a thin line between pain and pleasure, fiction and reality.
Love and hate.
And that once you cross that line,
There's no turning back. They are right.
once you cross, you're in a dangerous territory.
A world of risk and reward.
Of instinct and survival.
You can't go home.
What awaits on the other side? What awaits on the other side?
You're never sure.
But I welcome him with open arms and a closed fist.
TNA Wrestling. Cross the line.
This Sunday, for the first time ever, 8 TNA knockouts
the Wills. We're going to find out who's a better man. Without a doubt, I'm that man.
And Team Cage wages war against Team Tomko inside the infamous Lethal Lockdown. Christian Cage, Sting, Rhino, Kevin Nash, Matt Morgan, Tomko, AJ Styles, Team 3D, James Storm. 10 men are enclosed inside the cage, and weapons are hung from the ceiling. TNA Lockdown. Sunday.
Sting, big sexy Kevin Nash. We're only 3 days away from your Lethal Lockdown match. And tonight, it seems as though Brother Ray may have made things just a little bit personal.
Brother Ray, you wanted to hit home? You wanted to get my attention? Well, you got it. You ask, why do I do what I do? Why did I come back? This is my family. I'm standing next to Kevin Nash, for crying out loud. This is my home. This is my breed, if you will. It's the only thing that I know. Where else am I gonna go? What roads have you paved, Brother Ray? You know something? You're marking out for yourself. And you want to question my intentions? Well, tonight when we square off in the ring, I'm gonna make it very clear, and you will never question me again.
Strong. You and I kind of differ a little bit. Your intentions are honorable, but quite frankly, I'm here for the money. Always have been. It's a business. It's my job. Overpaid? Let me tell you something. I'd rather be overpaid than underpaid. And you know what? You know how you get paid? By being a main eventer. So when we go through you guys tonight, guess what? It keeps me in that spotlight. I work my way up the ladder again. Where does Kevin Nash go after this? I can promise you one thing. I'll go where the money's at.
Up next, Team 3D faces Kevin Nash and the Icons team in your Impact main event.
You straight night me.
Tomorrow, these road cops.
So what do they call you? Quick, Smith. Not quick enough.
We'll take back the street.
This is our world, so let's take it.
Rated R. Starts tomorrow.
New Snapple antioxidant water. With antioxidants to help protect your body. Protectify.
Rated T for Teen.
All hail the buffet extraordinary, the Lewis and Clark of pizza. May your discoveries be grand and your rewards nothing. CC's Pizza, Pasta Salad, and Dessert Buffet for an unbelievably low price.
Man, off ice, huh? Gotta think of everything, dude. It's cool. So, what's up with the gizmo?
Later. I'm out of here.
You think of everything. You don't let friends drive when they shouldn't.
Gear up for the new live-action film, Speed Racer. Thank you. In theaters May 9th. Go to esurance.com to see exclusive clips from Speed Racer.
There are only 5 days left until the tax deadline. Stressing out? Well, relax and put the expertise of H&R Block to work for you. When you have H&R Block, you got people who will stand behind you. Call for an appointment.